first clean the soldering iron and then make sure to take the soldering paste. That helps in sticking the soldering iron, soldering wire to the soldering board, or you call it vero board, whichever, and apply the wire, soldering wire, directly to the tip of the iron gun. And also make sure that the the soldering gun is properly heated. If the soldering gun is not properly heated, the soldering wire will not properly melt and it will not stick to the vero board or soldering board. And what I used to do is I used to first solder into random places and then start soldering randomly, because for me what it does is actually uh, the adapter pin actually I make sure that is straight forward, so that I'll know only after soldering into random places, and then I start soldering in a sequential manner. Also at the same time make sure that the adjacent pin locations are not soldered, otherwise there may be short circuit. So for that what I do is I anyhow we all solder through a magnifying glass, but that will not give us the correct picture. To get the correct picture, so once the soldering is done, what I do is first check the each of the point, the soldered point, through the magnifying glass properly using the high magnifying viewpoint. So and then either I cut it using sharp knife, or if possible I'll remove through a soldering gun, soldering gun, and then later clean it or flux it using the flux soldering paste remover. And also make sure that one of the very important thing we should remember is that when we take the soldering paste, it is a very dangerous chemical, and that fume comes toward our eye or nose. So blow that air, the fume air, using a blow fan, and make sure that your eye is properly covered. You can use a protective glass, or if you are wearing a glass, a normal glass, eyeglass, that is also good. And also later you can clean your nose and eye using water once the soldering is done. And because as you know, for us the Arduino users, this Arduino Pro Mini or Nano, they don't have these boards are not very friendly. These boards are not very friendly. So for that I'm designing this adapter board. And what I used to do is I usually put a diode that helps me in protecting the polarity. Otherwise there may be a situation when I'll interchange the polarity and positive and negative. So this is a nano board. So I'm going to power. I have connected a diode to the V input pin. So I'm going to remove here. So this is the way I'm removing the there is a short circuit here between two adjacent pins, so I'm removing it, and later I'll check with a magnifying glass and I'll cut it using a sharp knife, so that make sure that no pins, two pins are